kind of a big fucking mess. No one bother me. That's all I can say. But like, I try to find ways to make it better, and music is my solace to make my life a little bit better than it usually is. And the album that really started this was this piece of crap. David Archuleta's The Other Side of Down. I love this album. I really don't know why I love it, because this really isn't my type of music. Like, I can't say I don't really listen to pop, because I do, but that was now. Like, before this album, I didn't really listen to pop music that much. Like, I was known for just listening to punk rock, or classic rock, or industrial music, and that's what people knew me for. And I had his other album on my iPod, because I watched him on Idol, obviously. But, like, I was embarrassed about having it, come to think of it. Like, I just did not want anyone to know this was on there. Like, it was my shame on my iPod that I had this first album in the first place. Why do I have David Archuleta on my iPod? How about because fuck you? 2010 was a really, really crappy year for me. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of stuff I really don't want to talk about, because it's so personal and so, like, close to me that it still kind of hurts to talk about it. And this album came in my life when, like, by accident, if we're gonna be honest. I was looking up something online that I don't want to talk about, because I'm a very private person that way. And I found one of the songs on this album on YouTube, like, he was doing it live for Z100. And I listened to it, and I fell in love with the song, because it was just such a good song.
You laugh or cry, you run and hide, but it's alright. Elevator goes up, elevator come down, and you just go with the flow till your feet are back on the ground. All right. So there's Elevator for you guys.
What I noticed was, like, after listening to this a bunch of times, because there was a week or so that I just was only listening to this album, that it related to so much of what my 2010 was like. All the bad stuff, all the good stuff. Like, every song related to it in some way. I didn't even like the whole album. Like, the last 4 songs in this album I really don't like, especially the last one. The last one makes me gag. No, not today. Come on. There we go. That's better. And because of this album, like, so many other doors opened up for me that I probably would never have found out about unless I picked this up. I started listening to musicians I never would have listened to without it. Imagine Dragons. I found out about them because of him, because he tweeted about them because he was at a show in Utah, I think. And that was before they got signed to Interscope, like a couple of months. So I would have found out about them anyway, but whatever. I started listening to Filipino music, which is actually kind of awesome. Why is this music so sad? Oh my god, it's like an 80s ballad. Nakong nais malaman Maayang matanong. I don't even know what I'm saying. Alam mo ang something in Tagalog. I just found out about all these different bands and stuff because of listening to this, or like even critiquing his other work after this album. Because I have to face it, some of his newer stuff I don't really like as much as I've loved this album, but I can describe that in a completely different spectrum. It changed my life in this weird way. And I got to meet one of my best friends through it. I didn't really meet her, because I knew her before that, but in person meet her, because I have a lot of friends that are just online, and I've never met them in person. And she was one of them, and in 2011 I got to meet her in person because he was doing a show, and we thought there'd be more from this album, but there wasn't. Dick. The point is, this album was just a big part of my life for a really, really long time. It still kind of is, even though I can't really listen to it the same way anymore because of the certain issue. But it still means the world to me. Because even if it's not in my top 10 of albums and he's not in my top 5 of musicians I love to death, he's still, like, his music and this one album just changed so much in me that it's always going to be ingrained in me forever. And I gotta thank him for that. You know, I just loved Right There. I gotta thank him. Even though I sent him a lot of really fan mail. But, yeah, so thanks, David Archuleta. You may have not really technically saved my life, but you made it a little bit better.